Hello everyone, I'm Tyagi and today I'm going to explain the chapter The Third Level. The Third Level, which is written by Jack Finney, and this chapter has been taken from Vista's book of Class 12 English. Before starting the chapter, let's know about Jack Finney. Jack Finney, who was born on October 2nd in 1911 in USA. His full name is Walter Braden Jack Finney. He was an American writer, mainly known for his contribution to the science fiction and thriller stories. The Body Snatchers and Time and Again are some of his best works. The theme of the chapter. The theme of the chapter is escapism as a psychological refuge from the harsh realities of the present day world, along with a desire to stay with the past. Now let's know the flowchart of the chapter. The protagonist Charlie, who is a 31-year-old man. Second, Charlie's wife Louisa. Third, Charlie's grandfather. Charlie's psychiatrist friend Sam Wenner. President Roosevelt, President Cleveland, and President Garfield. The chapter starts with the confirmation about the levels at Grand Central Station. The president of the railways told that there were only 2 levels at Grand Central Station. But Charlie, the protagonist of this chapter, he told that he went to the 3rd level. He saw the 3rd level at Grand Central Station and he went there. Then he shared this thought with his psychiatrist friend. But his psychiatrist friend said at that Charlie was not happy with his life. He was unhappy. That's why he wanted to escape from the harsh realities. Whatever the harsh realities of the modern world, that is worries, wars, insecurities and fear. That's why he wanted to escape himself from these realities. And waking dream wish fulfillment. It means Charlie wanted to see a dream which he wanted to be true. His psychiatrist friend said the stamp collection of Charlie was also the way of escapism. Charlie replied that his grandfather started his work of stamp collection and his father didn't have any worry because at that time the environment was very peaceful and President Roosevelt also collected the stamp. So it was not the reason of escapism. Then the story starts from here. That Charlie who was a 31-year-old man, he worked late in office one night and when he saw he was very late, he wanted to go to home. That's why he decided to choose subway because subway is a means of transportation which is faster than the bus. That's why he went to Grand Central Station. And hundreds of times he went there in Grand Central Station and came out from there. But every time, whenever he entered in Grand Central Station, every time he came out from the different corridors. Sometimes he came out from the corridors of the Hotel Roosevelt and sometimes 3 blocks away from his office. After that, Charlie explained Grand Central Station. That Grand Central Station was growing just like a tree. As the tree spread its branches, so the corridors of the Grand Central Station compared to the branches and its stairs compared to the roots. After that, he lost in the tunnel and came out at 3rd level. The 3rd level which looked like the 2nd level. Now there is a description of the 3rd level. On 3rd level, there were fewer ticket windows. And at the center, there was a wooden and old-fashioned booth. That is the information booth. And the people wore their green eye shades. And they wore black sleeve protectors. The lights were dim and flickering lights as due to the open flame gas lights. There were brass spittoons because the people of the USA, they chewed the tobaccos For that, the brass spittoons were kept on the station. The people have handlebar mustaches. Handlebar mustaches were like that. This type of mustaches were there, and there were sideburns. Sideburns means it this type of यहाँ से ऐसे करके जो साइड बर्न्स होते हैं. Such fancy mustaches were there, and the author and the protagonist said that he saw such types of mustaches in his life the very first time. He experienced very fancy mustaches there, and there were locomotive engines. Now Charlie went to the newsboy to confirm whether that was the third level, and he saw the newspaper The World, which was not published on these days in 20th century. So it was published in June 11, 1894, and there was the picture of President Cleveland on the front page, which proved that it was the third level. Then he went to the ticket window to buy 2 tickets to Galesburg, Illinois, and he wanted to go there with his wife Louisa. But he didn't have the enough money. He can buy the 2 tickets of one way. Then he described about the Galesburg. Galesburg, it was a wonderful town. There were big and old frame houses. There were huge lawns and tremendous trees which meet overhead, and they make the roof over the street. Summer evenings were twice long as compared to this world. Men were smoking cigars and talking quietly, and women, they wave palm leaves fans. And fireflies, that is jugglers. Fireflies, they roam around them, and the world was very peaceful. After that, Charlie went to the clerk. The clerk stared at him because Charlie had the new currency, and at that time the old currency bills were used. So the money was old style bills, which was half big as the money used at the time of 20th century. Clerk warned him that there is no need to skin him. Skin him means to deceive him, because listening that, Charlie ran away from there, because nothing was pretty nice in the jails even in 1894. After that, next day, Charlie went to the bank and he drew $300 out of his bank and bought the old style currency, which he exchanged. By giving $300, he got less than 200 cents, $200 money of old currency. It was sufficient in Galesburg, as cost of things were very cheap in Galesburg. As it is given in the chapter that 1 dozen eggs cost was 13 cents. Charlie found a first day cover which should not be there, but it was there in the collection of his grandfather. Someone had mailed it to his grandfather. The postmark showed the date July 18, 1894. The stamp was a 6-cent, dull brown color and with a picture of President Garfield. But there was a paper or the letter inside it, and it was written to Charlie. And the address, whatever given in the letter, it was 140 Willard Street, Galesburg, Illinois, July 18, 1894. His psychiatrist friend told Charlie, "Charlie, it is true. The third level is existed." He found it, and he had been there for 2 weeks. Right now, down the street at the Daly's home, someone was playing the piano. People were sitting in their porch singing the regional song. He had been invited for the lemonade. He requested Charlie come back with Louisa. The letter was written by Sam. And who was Sam? Sam was the psychiatrist friend of Charlie, whom Charlie told that he found the third level, and who was the city boy who liked the place Galesburg. He wanted to live there. Charlie found that Sam bought $800 worth old currency, because he needed the old currency in Galesburg. started hay feed and grain business, and he couldn't continue his old business, that is the work of as a psychiatrist, because the environment was peaceful and people were not worried about their tensions. That's why the work of psychiatrist would not do work there. So this is the chapter, the third level. The entire chapter is based on the imagination of Charlie, who is the protagonist of this chapter. So this is all about it. Thank you very much for listening me. Hope you got it.